Hi there. A very good afternoon and good evening, depending on wherever you're watching me. I'm live here, slightly late, 15 minutes late, for this live session on Sunday. I hope every one of you is doing well. I'm much better now compared to 4 or 5 days back. Uh, so, recovering. Thanks for all your support. And today I'm going to talk about the sector that I'm most bullish on for this year, that is 2021. Uh, right now, most of the stocks are up, most of the sectors are up, and yet, where can we find some value that you can make money over this 12 months? So, I'm going to discuss about the sector. Let other people join in, and it's a Sunday, so I would like more people to join in, and then I'll begin the session. As far as markets are concerned, it is just chugging along and it crossed the 14,000, 14,100 barrier. I won't be surprised if 15,000 gets scaled up this month, although I was hoping for a huge correction in January. That has not yet played out. So, if you are probably trading in the market, then keep strict stop losses in place so that whenever the reversal happens, you at least take out your money in profits. Um, for those who are investors, again, my point is that wait for major declines to invest. Do not invest big right now. Invest 20-25% at the moment and then wait for decline, whether it happens this month, next month, or any month. And then you can probably invest more. All right, so the sector that I am bullish on, and that sector has done well over the last 3 4 months. So it is not that it has not done well, but I think this is just the beginning because there has been a 3 year of lull in that sector, and I'm talking about auto ancillary. I believe auto ancillary sector is going to do really well this year. I think we are in the nascent stage of the bull market there. Uh, if you can see that most of the stocks are up, so something like a Motherson Sumi has doubled from the lows of March. Other stocks like you can say Automotive Excel, Sundaram Fasteners, they have moved up 60, 70 to 100%. But compared to what they were, say, 3 years back, they are still down about, say, 100% from those levels. So they can still double from the current levels to the levels that I'm thinking they could go. It could take a year, year and a half, 2 years for that to happen. But in the next couple of years, auto ancillaries are going to make you a lot of money. I'm not talking about batteries company. I'm not talking about companies in the, you can say, tire segment. I'm talking about auto components manufacturers, whether they are into, you can say, manufacturing ACs for larger vehicles, manufacturing shafts, axles, and other kinds of products, say gear systems, lighting, and so on and so forth. So there are many companies there. I'll name two or three of them. I have named those earlier also that I'm bullish on. And not immediately, but on major declines, one can look at stocks. So something like Motherson Sumi around 140, 142 could be looked at from a 2 year perspective for a target of 270, 280. Something like an Automotive Excel on any declines to 650, 700, round about that 650 levels could be looked at for a 2 year target of 1400 to 1600 levels, 1500, 1400, something like that. See, these stocks or this sector as a whole is a high beta sector, and that is why I would like you to probably take the benefit when the bull run has started and is going to continue, rather than waiting for declines and everything. So you can put in little bit of money right now and then put in more money later on when a decline comes in, whether this month or in March, April, anywhere. So you can put in more money. I think the auto sector and automotive sector, auto ancillary sector has gone through a rough period over the last 3 years, and it has now reversed the cycle. The cycle is almost reversing, and you will not get chance to get into these kind of stocks. So what you can do is probably buy into something like a Motherson Sumi, Automotive Excel, Endurance Technology, another company I'm very, very bullish on, although it has run up a lot. Any sort of decline, you should look to get into it. A marquee brand in the ancillary segment. Even a Jamna Auto is good, but on declines. It could be bought at current levels, but slightly, you can say, riskier bet is Jamna Auto, but you could still see 90 to 120 on Jamna Auto in the next couple of years or less than that. So, named three or four companies that you could look at. Sundaram Fasteners, any 10-15% fall, another very, very good, you can say, ancillary firm, globally recognized and a global player at that. So these are some of the companies that you should look at. There could be others if you have researched well and you see that something like a Subros can do well in the AC segment, truck AC segment, so it can be looked at. But these three, four companies are like darling of the markets and they do really well. So one has to look at these first, especially something like a Motherson Sumi, even though it is a largest, you can say, ancillary firm. I still believe that it has a potential to double from these levels as well. Yes, Minda Industries, Minda Corp, these are good companies. Minda into the horn segments. There are lighting companies, also Lumex, Auto, etc. So these are good companies. Yes, Wheels India, of course, Wheels India. So yes, there are companies that one should keep an eye out. But I just named three or four of them so that you can have a look at these because these are safer companies. But going down the ladder also, these companies like the Minda Group companies, etc., are good. So this is my opinion. I believe that auto ancillary would be the best sector for the year. Let's see how it goes in December. So you can probably just remind me in December that whether auto ancillary did well or not. But that's what I'm feeling. Rather than going for autos, now it is the time to go for auto ancillary. I have always said that autos are the preferred pick and you should go for autos rather than buying into ancillary companies. But now I feel that time has come to get into ancillary stocks. So that's my pick. I'm ready to answer your queries. Kindly use the super chat feature that will help me grow the channel. That will also help you ask me questions and eke out answers in a greater detail. Afternoon, Srinivasan. RPG Life Sciences, decent company, but the run up has been sharp. So on declines can be looked at, but there are many other, you can say, life science and pharmaceutical companies that are better off compared to RPG. I would prefer Hero instead of TVS because of the kind of new products that they are bringing in. Hero or Bajaj, and would even prefer Eicher Motors, even with the run up that we have seen in the last couple of days. So rather than looking at a TVS Motors, I would do that. I have no comments on Sukumar Export. I need to look at the stock and only then can let you know. So I cannot say anything at the moment. I think Sterlite Technology, for once, I feel that it's time to book profits rather than buy at these levels. See, companies like Sterlite Technology, for some reason, so my experience tells me from 2014, 2017, and now 2020, and even before that these kind of companies do well in share bull markets when bull markets are at peak. So good to trade in them but not to invest into them. Around 200, it's a time to probably book profits in such stocks. Ipca Labs, very decent company, very good investment bet. It's a good portfolio stock to buy at current levels. Yes, you can buy. Coal India, Vivek, I would say exit. Never a fan of most of the, you can say, government companies. What I would suggest is probably get into private companies and companies which are directly related to consumers. In terms of government companies, and people do ask me then why do you prefer a Mahanagar Gas, etc. So you saw what Mahanagar Gas did from 850 onwards. Very few government companies like IRCTC, Mahanagar Gas do you can say give me confidence that they are going to do well. They are kind of a monopoly in their own space. Otherwise, I would avoid government companies. Thanks a lot, Sai, for your contribution. So, Banco Products is a good ancillary firm, but I would say get into the best of them. So, Endurance Tech, Motherson Sumi, To an extent, Automotive Excel, Sundaram Fasteners, these are very, very good quality. Wheels India, these are very good quality ancillary companies that will bring you a lot of profits rather than something like a Banco. Even Lumex is good, and GNA Excel is also a very good company into the truck segment. So if CVs do well, GNA Excel may do well. Okay. Uh, okay. Frontier Springs 10% of the portfolio. Risky bet. I did bring up Frontier Springs as my one of the marquee picks, but what I suggest you do is have little exposure to it. Once it starts doing well, then you can increase the exposure. But I'm positive on the stock. Thanks a lot, Jan, for your super chat contribution. If you have any query, you can directly shoot that up. Thank you. Nestle, good at all levels, have a 4 5 year time frame, doubler in 4 to 5 years for sure, even from 18,000 levels. Very good company. A Polycab India, any 15% dip from the current levels, any 10 15% fall from the highs are good levels to get into Polycab. I think Polycab is slightly, you can say, less expensive than something like a Havels. Havels is extremely expensive, so that's my opinion. Zelkmog, very good company, expensive valuations, wait for decline. Similar point of view I have for something like FL. Again, very good company, wait for declines and you'll make money. Uh, all right. Reliance, I believe 2400 is possible on the stock and at current levels can be bought into. I think 1850 very strong support. So 1920, 1930 good levels to buy. If you have a 1.5 year time frame, you can see 2400 on the stock. AstraZeneca, now see, the stock is expensive. I don't know about short term. Long term, it is decent, but I would avoid from a short term basis, AstraZeneca. Okay. Bharat Seeds is a good ancillary company, not the best. I did put up Bharat Seeds as a multi-bagger pick, but there are issues with the company, and only then it is coming at such valuations. But if you want to play it safe, then these are the four companies I mentioned in the ancillaries are perhaps the best even to invest at current levels. Life insurance is going to do really well in the next 10 15 years. You can pick any of the two, SBI Life or HDFC Life. I prefer HDFC Life because they have got clientele. Means their insurance is expensive, although they have less clientele. SBI Life insurance is cheaper, they have more clientele, so you can pick your choice out of these two. No issue. I would avoid Kaveri Seeds. I think there are many other seeds and agrochemical companies which are much better than Kaveri Seeds. All right. I don't know which company is Shobha Motors, but Shobha Developers is pretty good. And I believe on declines, these kind of real estate company like Shobha or Prestige or something like Godrej Properties, good to buy into. PI Industries, see if you have 3 4 year time frame, these are good levels to buy. If you have 1 year time frame, I think the stock is expensive. Wait for slight fall around 2019 50 could be good levels to get into. L&T Infotech, current levels, if you want to invest for 4 5 years, very good levels to get into. Trading, I won't suggest. The stock has run up a lot. Yeah. I have to check about M&M Logistics. No comment there. HDFC Life, see, 8 10 year perspective investment should be there in life insurance. Even at current levels, it can be bought into. A DMart, see, a 10 year target, I don't know. DMart is very expensive. Even at whatever it is trading at 3,000, I think it will come out with 30 odd rupees of earnings. So even from that point of view, it is expensive. Uh, I feel the right level would be around 2,700 to get into a DMart. I don't know what could happen in 10 years, probably doubler in 4 years. So you could see 10,000 on DMart in 10 years' time. That's my opinion. Uh, Very good company, Naveen Fluorine. Buy level, expensive, wait for 10 to 15% fall. Very good company, Bharat Rasayan. Buy level around 8,800 to 9,000. Good levels to get into. Uh, so that's my opinion there. Atul Limited, Info Edge, expensive. Atul Limited, not that expensive. Slight declines can be bought into. Info Edge is extremely expensive. I don't know. It could go to even 7,000. I really don't know. But above 4,400, it has been expensive. Atul. A run up of Dixon. I'm very happy to see Dixon at 16,000. To tell you frankly, I have been talking about Dixon from 3,000 levels. I think it is expensive at 16,000. I think the earnings for FY 21 will be around 160 rupees at best. 100 times current earnings is expensive. I believe levels closer to 12,000, 11,000 to 12,000 would be better levels to get into. And that is why I'm saying that the markets may end up falling going forward. Kilpest is a very good investment bet. I still feel from those 350, 340 levels that it is currently at. Over 8, 10 years, it's going to reward you a lot. Over 4 years, also, it's going to reward you. But I think next 1 year or this 2021 could be difficult for Kilpest. A disclaimer: I am invested heavily in Kilpest at the moment. Um, Blue Dart, yes, good company. I think it is coming out of a very difficult period of last 2, 3 years. Current levels, good buying opportunity. I would wait for a couple of more results. If you can take some amount of risk, you can buy at these levels and look for the results. If the results are decent, the stock is headed to 7,500, 8,000. Blue Dart. I've talked about Frontier Springs. You can reverse the tape. All right, guys. So that was all that I wanted to say. So I've answered most of your queries. Would be having another live session by Thursday. AMC stocks, I'm not positive on. I'm positive on stocks which are into life insurance. Tata Elxsi is expensive at the moment, so avoid that. Instead of Suven Life Sciences, look for larger pharma companies to buy and have good 2, 3 year time frame. 1 year time frame may end up making you lose money. That's my opinion. Uh, I don't have a target on Dalmia Cement, but I'm very positive on the stock. So I can say that Infosys on declines can be bought, even at these levels can be bought. I think IT is going to be in a bull run of its own. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. So kindly subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it. And I'm sharing with you the link for Patreon. Kindly subscribe to the Patreon membership and you will have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and you can ask me one question every day on the markets, on stocks, and I'll answer that. I'm virtually always online on Patreon and answer quickly on that. So just 750 rupees a month and you'll be having access to it. This is the link that I was providing. Thank you.